Michael Pezzullo is certainly a busy man at the moment, isn't he? Secretary of the Department of Home Affairs, got the COVID response and other issues like cybersecurity and bushfires. Well, he's foreshadowed more of a national response to disasters, whether it be bushfires or other emergencies he warns about, including cyber attacks, which could bring down an electricity grid and the like. It seems this sort of national ability to have a more national response is the most likely outcome from Scott Morrison's Bushfires Royal Commission. A greater ability for the feds to get involved in emergencies and crises over the states. Some pretty disturbing language here from Mr Pezzullo on the potential for cyber attacks.
A low probability but hugely consequential eventuality might be, for instance, an attack on our electricity grid, which would impact not just on the generation and distribution of electricity, but because, of course, electricity generation is so critical to the functioning of society, I cannot see a circumstance in which the Commonwealth would not have a lead role there.
So we'll be playing this, the second instalment of the Pezzullo interview, later in the program. He also talks about the need for more national involvement in extreme weather events and says there's no question they are occurring as a result of climate change. You recently gave evidence at the Bushfires Royal Commission where you seem to flag the potential for more national involvement in dealing with such disasters, potentially through the National Cabinet. Are we at the point with the size and scale of bushfires in Australia now that you need more federal government involvement?
I wouldn't anchor it just in relation to extreme weather and bushfire risk, Andrew. As the Commonwealth has submitted to the Royal Commission, being led by Commissioner Binskin and his colleagues, there are a number of natural and indeed other hazards that we need to start to think about on a national level, which are likely to grow in terms of their risk profile, and that would overwhelm the capacity of any one state or territory to deal with. The question is to get the right balance both in terms of legislation but also the division of responsibilities, so it's clear who's leading and who's supporting.
Is it your view from what you're saying earlier that climate change is partly responsible for the size and scale of the fires we've seen and the weather events?
It's clearly the case that human-induced climate change is having an effect. The science is clear on that in terms of weather patterns.
Pezzullo also warns of all manner of potential dangers the department prepares for, including the possibility of a non-state actor attacking using weapons of mass destruction. He talks about the intelligence gathering motives of cyber attacks we are seeing from state actors suspected to include China.
Without going to the specific motivations either of state actors or indeed non-state actors, a lot of it is just old-fashioned information collection, collecting information because it's able to be collected, it's got value, and it can assist with intelligence activities, but it also can assist with criminal and potentially terrorist activities. Some of the cyber activities that we're seeing, though, have got other more sinister and malicious purposes.